sometimes in our lives, and you tell me if this has been the case, we just keep doing what we've always been doing, that we kind of lose sight of the point of what are we doing here? Like, what is that? Like, have you ever had that experience where there's a certain tradition that your family and your family's family and your family's family before have always done, that it's just, but it got watered down over time, where I'm not exactly sure why we're doing this or how this applies to us in the 21st century, right? Or even in business, this book is so big. Even in business, have you ever had the experience of like, okay, I know this is the time of the year that we run this launch, and historically, everybody in this industry launches at this time of year, right? If I, as a coach, as I look to my left and my right, everyone's launching. But okay, is that what I want to be? Have you gotten to the point where you start to ask, why are we doing what we're doing? Like, why do we have to follow this set formula of everybody spends all the money now, or during this time of year, or we can only give raises or give bonuses during this time of year, or this is the only way of getting paid is hours for dollars. Have you ever found yourself starting to question what's this tradition, the structure, the system that you're operating in, right? By the way, if that's you, hi, Neo. Thank you for seeing The Matrix. And on behalf of all of those who you are about to guide out, I want to again say thank you for seeing The Matrix, because it's interesting when you start to see the structure around you that has been built over time, the culture that you've been brought up in or educated to follow, the traditions, etc. When you keep going because they said keep going in this way, and because everybody else is going this way, and because I said so, right? Have you ever felt, curious about authority? Of like, why'd you make that decision? Why do you believe that? And have you ever been asked that for you? And have you struggled to come up with your own mission, your own tradition, your own system, your own structure, your own set of values? Have you ever struggled to have your own vision, especially as an empath, right? When we soak up everybody else's feelings and ideas and emotions and aches and pains and frustrations and excitement, like, if you're born an empath, that means you're an emotional sponge. And then you put an empath in a family of people or in a culture, or you put an empath in the middle of an industry or a society, and you tell them, be yourself. And the empath is like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Right? If that's the case, this one is for you. Remember to watch this each day this week to set your mind right for the day ahead. This is your energy flow forecast. And pun intended, I'm a linguist at heart, so not only are we forecasting what's coming up, right? Getting a little bit of a prophetic vision for the week and the day ahead, but also we want to set the stage. We want to cast the mold for what we want to happen before forecast. We want to cast the mold before the day happens so that the mold we declare over the day is going to press and produce success every single time, because we took the time to prepare ourselves mentally to show up in the day to carry the vision as the visionary of your life and business, right? You set yourself up to be a vision carrier rather than to be a victim. Be kind to yourself. The noise can convince us that we don't matter. The noise can convince us that we don't matter anymore. And it's strange, we get rewarded for being servant-hearted and putting others first. We get rewarded for being humble and self-deprecating. We get rewarded for putting ourselves last by society, by the industry, by well-meaning people. But what can happen is that over time, as we develop the pattern over and over and over and over and over and over and over again of putting ourselves last and suppressing our feelings and our points of view in service of amplifying and uplifting others, but at our own expense, not because we're paying for others, but because we're just not lifting ourselves up with everyone else. Therefore, we end up at a deficit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Putting yourself first is not selfish. Just for today, putting yourself is not selfish. It is a declaration of inclusion. You lift others up, and that is beautiful. Just for today, include yourself in the lift-uppingness. Onegai shimasu, right? Just for today, right? Decide to include yourself. That is how you begin to know your why, your raison d'être, right? Your reason for being, your reason for existence. That is how you begin to know what you stand for, because you include how you feel. If you include how you feel, maybe there's a holiday this week that you're celebrating. Maybe there's different initiatives going on at the office. Maybe you're going on vacation with people that you love. Whatever you're doing in service to others this week, when you decide to include how you feel, you become self-aware. That is not selfish, to be self-aware. That is a gift to everyone else in the room. A self-aware person is a safe person to be around. An empath, when they are not self-aware, is actually extremely dangerous to be around. Did you know that being an empath is being an energy vampire? Yeah, oh, I'm an emotional sponge. I soak up other people's energy and feelings. You know, I absorb a lot. What do you mean absorb? I'm talking like Dracula sinking your teeth in and why did you make me feel bad? Whoa, okay. Like blaming and shaming others for having their feelings. Meanwhile, you have feelings too. You're just not taking the time or getting your reps in, recognizing what your feelings are. Don't say, I feel some type of way. Take a moment to get some words behind that. Take some space within your heart and soul and to invest in becoming aware of yourself. Empath. So that you are not vampirizing the people around you and then blaming and shaming them. By the way, as I point to blame and shame everyone around me in my family for being so fucked up, and all of my team members for being so disappointing, and to point at all of my leads for not becoming clients. Tell me how many fingers are pointing at me in this? Like, out of the 5 fingers that I am using right now, how many are pointing towards me? 3 out of 5, the majority, right? Out of 100, that is 60% of the responsibility. Only 20% is theirs, and then the remaining 20% belongs to Creator. 60% of that is on me. This is the reason why what matters most is how you feel. Because if you don't take responsibility for how you feel, for one, you're going to give all of your power away to the person, place, or thing that you are blaming and shaming for your victimization. And then you are going to also give all of your power and control and ability to decide away to the fates. It's like, oh, well, you know, it's because the gods are against me. It must be in the stars. Oh, I'm giving away all my responsibility. I'm giving away all of my power because I'm an empath. I love you. I'm speaking as an empath. I'm not attacking my sisters and brothers, my folks who share energetic sensitivity and energy sponginess. I speak as an energy vampire in reformation, trying to overcome being a toxic people pleaser and codependent, those who are in recovery from the addiction to giving it all away, blaming and shaming all of my energy, my power, responsibility away. I am with you in recovery, speaking to you about this. How you feel matters. Because when you know how you feel, you become aware of what's important. Your body has a signal system of this feels good, this don't feel good, this feels eh. Right? 3 fingers. Top one is good, bottom one is bad, middle finger is meh. If I could tell what is good, bad, and to me, I am 3 steps closer to discovering what's important to me. And when I discover what's important to me, I am that much closer to understanding why I do what I do. What makes me tick? I will. My spirit guides are telling me to read to you today. Make sure you listen to this to reset your mind every day, to be positive, right? And success-oriented. Today I'm reading from the Daily Stoic. And again, an intuitive reading. I just flipped to a random page, plopped my tab down, and this is what my spirit guides have chosen for us to read today. It's from Epictetus. If you should ever turn your will to things outside your control in order to impress someone, be sure that you have wrecked your whole purpose in life. Be content then to be a philosopher in all that you do. And if you wish also to be seen as one, show yourself first that you are, and you will succeed. My spirit guides are telling me to say that you can exchange the word philosopher for master. Be content then to be a master in all that you do. And if you wish to be seen as one, as an expert, show yourself first that you are, and you will succeed. Right? Whoo, better mic drop on that. So when we're on the topic of this coming into knowing your why, what Epictetus is bringing to us from Stoicism is pursuing self-mastery. Like if you know what you're passionate about, and you know what nobody can tell you nothing about. Like, I know that. Listen, I know this thing right here. Someone tries to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, like they got another thing coming, kind of, you know, that you've mastered it, right? Like, you want to talk about cooking collard greens? I know. Maybe that's you. I'm all right. All right. I wouldn't say I've mastered collard greens, but yeah, I got a little bit of flavor up my sleeve. Right? Where's your confidence at? Where are you pursuing mastery? You know, I'll tell you this, what I feel I have mastered. Can't nobody tell me something about that's cooking chocolate chip cookies. I am undefeated. And I'm saying that I'm not playing. I'm undefeated in chocolate chip cookies. Come at me, bruh. I will destroy you. And I have been challenged in the past, but let me calm down, right? But how do I know that? I mean, like, I learned and I studied and I tried and I screwed it up, and I know exactly how much of each ratio to put and for how long and what looks like it's going to be right and what looks like that ain't going to be right, right? And I proved it to myself, not only from tasting it, but also pursuing it in others and seeing what's their results. Proved it to myself so that the confidence that I carry is not coming from the statement of it, it's coming from that previous proof, right? I pursued that because it's passionate about me. That's my passion. Something that I'm passionate about. Doing things with excellence comes out of that then as a why. Why do I want to do things in a certain way? It's because I love doing things with excellence. How do you know your why? Is be passionate about something and go own it, right? That's not something you can absorb off of somebody else as an empath. You can't depend on others to turn you on, or you can, but that'll only last for a little while, the satisfaction. When we're playing the long-term game, you want to find what lights you up, regardless of what anyone else says. Okay, I will. My spirit guides are telling me to pull a card of the week. Justice, Archangel Raguel. The number 8 in the major arcana is coming as an affirmation. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Your reason, your beliefs, your why come from you taking a stand, is what the Justice card is bringing forward. 8 in the major arcana in numerology has to do with cycles and seasons, infinite abundance, allowing, and everything in its time. When we are talking about knowing your why and being able to carry that through the noise, pierce through the noise, you want to have a rhythm, a season, an internal cycle of connecting to that which lights you up. And your feelings, how you feel, are going to tell you what's important to you. Remember, it's either going to make you feel good and yay, that's important to me. It's either going to make you feel bad and that's also important to me, but because it's I don't want that. I don't like that. And that's just how I feel, right? And then it's going to make you feel, and that's a sign that it's not your thing. It's not your thing, and it's okay. But you need to create that space to be self-aware so that you can connect to that inner clarity. Have your own cycle, your own timing, your own season, and own it is the message of the Justice card. You already know, right? This is coming right side up to say you already know what matters most to you, but you need to stand firm in it today and in this week. How will you do that? How will you take a stand today? Or let me ask you this question. Do you need help taking a stand? Do you? Do you need help clarifying what you stand for so that as an empath, you can rise out of being a toxic empath, which is an energy vampire, right? Stealing the energy with shame and blame, pouring that out on all others. But instead, the higher expression of an empath is the master communicator, the healer, where you can read between the lines and connect so deeply that everyone becomes your twin flame. They are sacred mirrors of you. And you see the oneness in all, the all for one and the one in all, right? If you are interested in that, you need help and support in being able to clarify that, go ahead and reach on out. Find me on the social medias, click on my face and send me a DM or comment below. Let me know what comes up for you around this. You can also find information about grabbing your session at strategicmeditation.com. But with that, remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business. I'm sending you so much love. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.